shoot. Good morning. I am tired. I had a really awesome conversation with a friend of mine very recently. And it was something I've noticed. And it's also just like in general. There's a lot of different stuff. Just about the church and about Christians and stuff like that. But the biggest thing for me, as I'm walking through this journey now and walking this thing out, is I've noticed that a lot of people are very stuck on religion. So it's very interesting. I'm going to back up a little bit, backtrack for just a second. That, if a Christian is somebody who is a follower of Jesus, one who believes in all the doctrines of Christianity, whatever, I would say that I was doing that for over 10 years. I remember getting baptized, I think when I was 8, and then later on when I was maybe 12. I don't remember. Okay, so a lot of people see that and they're like, all right, he's baptized, she's baptized, they've given their life to Jesus. That's what that means. Now they're saved forever and they're good to go. And I don't know how that would be, because there are many areas where you're not going to have a baptismal, and so it's like, so how do they get baptized? Are they just not saved fully? I don't know. Could be a doctrinal issue. I don't really care, because it's really not that important. It's not as important as people make it to be. Because if you've given your life to Jesus, an amount of water is only just a representation. A dipping into the water is just a representation of Christ. Because you can get dipped in the water and then live like a rebel for the rest of your life. Because that's what I did. I got baptized, of course. And then I was like, all right, cool. And then after a couple weeks, it wore off. And the world got a hold of me again. And so I just continued to live in circumstances and situations. So the water within itself, with no understanding of the power behind it, the water within itself, without understanding the symbolism behind it, will do nothing for you. Just like the book. People rely so heavily on the Bible, but not in a place of what's in it and the context in it and who's in it and why is it. It's a lot of times, read this, read that, don't do this, don't do that. So it's a bunch of rules and regulations and then misunderstandings. Somebody had sent me a comment the other day about reading Exodus 12. I've since then read that. And it mentioned about slavery, but slavery in the Bible isn't the same as it is now, or what it was, I guess. Because we have a slavery now, a slavery that we had 400 years ago, and in between that, and then a slavery back then in that culture and in that region, And from my understanding for now, is that had to do with more of a bondservant working for a certain amount of years and then being released. So it had nothing to do with what we know as slavery now, us in America. And it had nothing to do with the race, But I'd rather not do that right now. We can talk about that another day.